What does a film director actually do? Most people think being a director is all about calling the shots on set, and they're wrong. And that misunderstanding is why many films fall short of their potential. There's one key responsibility that almost no one talks about, and without it, your movie is already doomed before the first scene is shot. In this video, I'm going to show you what that missing piece is and why overlooking it can cost your film more than a bad script ever will. But before we dive deeper, make sure to like the video and ring the bell so you don't miss what's next. All right, let's jump in. So what does a director actually do? Let's break it down. Even if you're not the writer of your film, as a director, you're still heavily involved in the script. Directors often contribute to rewrites and final revisions, giving their input to shape the vision of the story as well as the scope of the film. It's not about doing it all yourself, but it's about making sure that your vision gets executed clearly on screen. But let's not stop there. A director isn't just the person calling for lights, camera, action. A director is hands-on through the entire process, from casting to design and even through post-production. It's about overseeing every detail, making sure everything aligns with a vision and ensures the film comes together as a cohesive piece. The director's job extends far beyond the set. It's about crafting the whole experience, and that starts well in advance of production. So let's talk pre-production. This is where the real work begins. As a director, you're going to be right in the thick of selecting your key department heads. For example, your cinematographer, production designer, editor, and composer. These are the people you'll be working closely with because they're essential to shaping the overall vision of the film. The foundation of your film is built here, and it starts with the right team. The cinematographer and production designer are key to bringing the director's vision to life. They're your closest creative collaborators on your crew throughout the entire production. The look, the feel, and the tone of the movie rely on how well they understand your vision and can bring that to life. Then in post, you'll be working closely with the editor to make sure your vision makes it to the final cut. Now, every director has their own process. Some love storyboarding every scene, others prefer shot lists. Now, shot lists can often be faster and way more cost-effective, especially if you go through the script scene by scene, breaking down each shot and documenting how you envision the scene coming together, rather than having an artist draw it. And this step is important. When you've done the prep, you already know how the film will cut together before the camera starts rolling. Less prepared directors will figure it out as they go, which can lead to extended shooting days and missed coverage. Now, let's talk about what happens once you step on the set. The job of the director is to execute the vision. This is where it all comes together. You've already cast the right actors, selected your key crew, and now it's all about working with the cinematographer, the wardrobe department, the production design team, and everyone else to make sure that the entire movie aligns with your creative vision. The director has to clearly communicate their vision and make sure everyone knows their role in bringing it to life. That communication is off, the whole project is compromised. And when it comes to working with actors, every director has their own way of doing things. Some directors dive deep into the talent side, focusing intensely on performance. They're all about refining each nuance, guiding their actors to bring out the best in them, and really crafting that perfect moment. But there's another approach, and this is the one that my business partner and indie filmmaker Mark Klebanoff employs, focuses on casting the right actors, the ones he knows can deliver what he wants. And then he gives them the space to do their thing and focus more on the technical side, how the camera moves, how the frames are shot, how everything fits together in the grand scheme of the film. So whichever type of director you are, the goal is to create a seamless visual experience that supports the vision. It's all about balancing the technical and the creative so that everything works together without missing a beat. But the job isn't over once filming is done. Directors are heavily involved in the post-production phase too. Once the editor assembles a rough cut, the director comes in to fine-tune, collaborating with the editor to refine the footage and make sure it matches their original vision. Sound design, color grading, music composition, and the overall score, these are all creative decisions the director is closely involved with. It's the director's job to deliver the film on a creative level while the producer takes care of the business side, making sure this movie gets from script to screen. And here's where the job gets real. The pressure is intense. If the movie flops, guess what? It's the director who takes most of the blame. But if it's a success, they're the hero. So it's high stakes. But here's the thing, about 80% of being a great director comes down to prep and post. Sure, creativity is key on set, but if you're properly prepared, you can steer clear of most of the chaos that can derail a production. It's about knowing exactly what you want and being ready to execute it. And when you're prepared, things run smoothly and you stay in control. Directors who step on set without enough prep usually end up scrambling, but the director who's planned every shot, every sequence before stepping on set, they're ready to execute, and that makes makes the whole process run more smoothly. Preparation is key. You have to be aligned with your team, especially your producer and department heads. If everyone's not on the same page from the start, things are gonna fall apart before you even start shooting. In particular film, like an action movie, it's crucial to rehearse your stunt team and main actors well before stepping onto set. When you're rehearsing and refining weeks ahead of time, then by the time you get to set, everyone knows exactly what's expected and is ready to go. Preparation makes everything smoother and more efficient once you hit that first shot. Now, if you want help actually applying this, because understanding what a film director does is one thing, but learning how to step into that role effectively is another, we've put together the Creative Producer Filmmaking Roadmap. It's the framework we use in our program to show you how to strategically put together a project from day one to set it up for success. It's not theoretical, it's practical. It's designed to help you make smarter decisions before you're on set, already committed and already carrying all that risk. So if you want that roadmap, it's linked below. Now, this roadmap will help guide you through the process of stepping into that producer role with confidence. But let me tell you something, understanding the strategy is only part of the equation. The real test is when you're on set, and that's where the preparation comes in. Directors who don't prep enough, it's a nightmare. You get on set, the director runs through scenes again and again, setting up the camera to shoot from different angles, shooting each scene multiple times, figuring it out as they go. They'll figure it out in post. That's not an ideal strategy. As flexible as it may sound, the problem with that is that it wastes time and energy, and more importantly, it wears out your crew and your talent. And it's an expensive choice. You're adding days to your shoot, and you could be missing shots that you'll need, which means more pickups later. So when you can finalize the cut in your head and shoot accordingly, you can move through your days efficiently. When you're working through a dialogue scene, you need to think ahead. You've got to know exactly what you're going to need for the edit. Let's say you're only going to need a close-up for the last half of the scene. Why would you waste time shooting that close-up earlier in the scene when you know it's not necessary? This is what we call shooting for the edit. You're not just shooting aimlessly, you're being strategic. And by doing this, you're saving time, keeping the process smooth, and making sure that everything fits perfectly when you put it all together. It's all about working smart and staying ahead of the game. The ability to visualize the edit before it's even in the can helps directors move quickly without burning out their actors or wasting precious time on set. Mark shared an experience on set that perfectly illustrates this. There was a drone shot where an actor was dragging a body out of the ocean, and the cinematographer wanted to do another take because the shot went out of focus for like a few seconds in the middle. But here's the lesson: when you know what you need for the final cut, you don't get bogged down by every little detail. Mark knew they only needed a small portion of the shot, not the whole thing. So even though the cinematographer wasn't happy, Mark made the call to move on, confident that they got what he needed for the final edit. That's what being prepared allows you to do. You make the tough calls to keep the shoot moving. Preparation lets you focus on what truly matters, saving time and effort and ensuring the production stays on track. So remember, preparation is key to reducing mistakes and making the best choices on set. Being a director isn't just about the creative decisions, you've got to balance time and budget too. You need to stay on schedule and ensure the film doesn't go over budget. That means being efficient on set, making smart choices that keep things moving, and making sure the producers and crew can rely on you to get things done without cutting corners. It's easy to get lost in the creative process, but being able to manage both the art and the business side is what makes a great director. You've got to keep an eye on the bigger picture, coordinating with all the team members to make sure the vision is executed. Being a director isn't all glamour. It's a high pressure, stressful role that demands skill, focus, and relentless preparation. Great directors don't just have great ideas. They know how to make those ideas come to life with their team. They get everyone on the same page, executing the vision seamlessly. At the end of the day, great movies come from both a solid script and a strong director. You can't really have one without the other. They're two sides of the same coin. So don't be the director who shows up and hopes everything will work out. Be the director who's prepared, knows exactly what needs to be done, and has a clear plan for execution. That's how you make a film that works. So if this video helps you understand what it really takes to be a director, make sure to give it a thumbs up. It really helps us out more than you think. And don't forget to hit subscribe so you never miss a future breakdown, and ring the bell to stay updated when new content drops. Here we dive deep into the behind the scenes filmmaking, the strategies, decisions, and creative challenges that often don't get the spotlight. And have something you're still wondering about? Drop a comment below. We read every comment and it directly influences our future videos. Also check out some of our other videos for more filmmaking tips and strategies on funding, producing, and more that you won't find anywhere else. Thanks for being here, and we'll see you in the next one.